went to the American Legion Hall on Saturday to check out their latest train show. Here is the first of the bargains that I found that day. I didn't spend a lot of money, that's for sure. All of my train show budget went to just one seller. I came away with 5 Lionel shells, while my wallet was only lighter by $5. Yes, that's right. Each shell was only $1 a piece. This is a Lionel NW-2 switcher decorated for Chesapeake and Ohio. I don't have a frame that will fit this shell, but I can tell that it uses the same wheel sets as Lionel Alcos. And I have a few of those, so some experimentation may be in order. It's mostly complete. The horn, bell, handrails, and headlamp lens are all here. The graphics are okay too, but there are a lot of nicks to the blue paint, and I think somebody painted a few parts silver. I don't know much about this model, so I did some looking on eBay. I found a few powered units complete with their frames and bases, and also a shell that's in very similar condition to mine. I think these sellers might be just a little bit greedy. $50 for a shell that's in worse condition than mine? I'd be surprised if someone even paid $5 for that. I bought this coal tender shell thinking that it's the same as one I already own, but it turned out to be about an inch longer, so they can't share a base. It's pretty banged up too, and the steps at the rear are broken. So I don't really know what I'm going to do with this, but for $1, I thought I would buy it anyway. I'll figure out something to do with it. One nice thing about the shell is that the lettering is not heat stamped into the plastic. The rivet detail stops just short of Lionel lines, which is only painted. Careful wet sanding will remove the white lettering while leaving the rivets undisturbed. The broken steps could be replaced with sheet plastic, or just removed entirely and sanded flush with the shell's bottom. At first I was really excited to find this Lionel F3B unit shell. Then I began to notice a few things. Someone had stripped the paint, probably with a spray-on oven cleaner, which can be okay, as it removes the paint usually without damaging the plastic detail. But when they were done, they didn't really clean it very well. It's still covered in residue from the stripping process, but I think I can fix that. The bigger problem is the bulging roof that has become warped by heat damage. The roof line should be nice and straight from end to end, but there's a big wave about halfway down. I'm not sure if I should try and fix it or not. There's a pretty good chance that I could make it worse if I tried to reheat it and push it back down. Part of me wants to try, but a little voice inside my head is telling me to leave the bulge alone and just repaint it. I'm not too good at listening to my little voice. At one time, both of these shells were decorated for the Erie Railroad with painted black bodies, yellow stripes, and diamond-shaped decals. That was more than half a century ago, and the years between then and now have not been kind to these little guys. Sure, maybe at first they were cherished and loved as they drove hundreds of scale miles down 3 rail tracks, but at some point they stopped being packed away carefully, and then likely just got thrown back in boxes with freight cars and loose sections of straight and curved track. This first shell was repainted with a brush, right over the decals and the number boards. I thought this one might actually need more work than the other, as I'd have to strip at least 2 layers of paint, but it's really in far better shape than the second shell. The original yellow stripe is still visible, just like fragments of the nose decal. This might not be repainted at all, but it's had a lot more contact with concrete basement floors, I think. The roof and nose took most of the damage. Flying off of a curve has a tendency to do that. The horn is dented and bent, and some of the raised plastic detail has just been ground away. The number boards are both in bad shape too. Try to picture what the train looked like at the end of Silver Streak. The side decals are gone, and there's a mystery glob on the shell's right side. The rear didn't fare too well either, and I'm just left scratching my head wondering how to make this look better. Oh, and of course this is the first generation of Lionel's Alco body, so it uses a cast base instead of a stamped metal frame. I have a lot of those newer ones, but only one post-war base, so I have to figure that out. But I have a few ideas. So $5 really isn't too bad for these refugees from the island of misfit toys. They'll keep me busy for quite a few hours, maybe days. If you want to see what ultimately becomes of these shells, check back every now and then to Bob's Workshop, and maybe I'll have a project video of 1 or 2 of these. Until then, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. This has been Bob's Workshop. Take care.